Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, March 18th. End of a week, start of a weekend. I'm going to talk to Judith Owen today. I might go over to her place on Sunday for her For Fuck's Sake show. And we'll do a little late St. Patrick's Day show. She has some stuff up her sleeve, so we'll see what she comes up with. I hope it works out. I'd like to go see her. I haven't seen her in a while now since she's been down in New Orleans. Dogs just got up and they're out in the backyard now. After I do this, I'll get them their breakfast. But it's been real interesting the past couple of days, the response to the Billy Cobham show that I'm playing the board mix from our show at BB King's. And again, it was interesting that when we did the original Spectrum album, we were in the studio just a couple of days, pretty much just a take or two of each song, and that was it. It was all just raw, brutal energy with Billy and myself and the incredibly fabulous, wonderful Tommy Bolin on guitar and Jan Hammer on keys. Billy and I got to know each other when the section was opening for Mahavishnu Orchestra on tour, and we became friends, and it was really exciting when he called me to say that he was going to be doing a solo album and would I come and play on it at Electric Lady Studios in New York. This was back in 73, I think. 2 or 3, I can't remember. 3, I think. Excuse me. But then we never played again. We never toured it. I mean, we always kind of regretted that. You know, it would have been so much fun to have taken that on the road. But then Billy called me 30 years later and he said, you want to go gig it now? And needless to say, at that point, Tommy Bolin had passed away many years before that. And Jan Hammer wasn't going on the road. So we got the great Dean Brown, who played with Marcus Miller and all kinds of people. He's a fabulous guitarist. And the great Gary Husband, who's playing keyboards on this tour, but who's also a monstrous drummer. He's one of those guys. And we went out and we did about, I don't know, 16 or 17 shows in like 18 days. And we were doing 2 sets a night and all this. It was a crazy tour. But at the after we played BB King's, I managed to get a board mix. So this isn't an album. This is not a final mix or anything like that. This is just a board mix that we had. But being the 4-piece that we were, this is pretty representative of what was going on. So I've been playing these each day. And so I thought I would just continue until I finish the show. So I'm going to do a few more songs for you today. And we'll see how this ends up going, because a lot of the stuff's pretty long. We still have another song on here that's a little over 10 minutes. So I might just do a few of these shorter tunes, and then I'll finish up tomorrow with the long ones. So here we go. This is track number 7. I don't even have the names on here. It just got track 7, track 8. So I'll be as surprised as you are. I haven't listened to this in a long time. So I'm having just kind of a wonderful time revisiting this emotionally, musically. It was just, as we would say when I was a kid, it was really bitchin' A. It was really bitchin' A. So here we go. We just finished the previous song.
That's a tune by Dean Brown. It's called Clave Groove. Dean Brown. Well, all right.
It's Billy talking.
These bottle caps have been following me around all tour. We won't even get into that. That's a completely different story. What is that? Was that what was that? Oh, that's what. Oh, okay. All right. We'll play softer, man. We'll be all right. Oh, no! No, no, man, we got it.
I love the audience.
Okay. So, anyway, the reason why I mentioned that is because we played that tune and it's his. But aside from that, it's on a record that we're selling here that is his record. It's called Here, without the question mark. Dean Brown's Here. Okay, aside from that, there's some Spectrum records around and all of that. So Dean has agreed under contract to, as a special thing, to sign all of these things along with the rest of us, after the gig is over. So we'll be around to do all of that if you all would just buy his record and mine too. Okay. Meanwhile, we're going to, what are we doing? Oh yeah, we're going to play another one of the old tunes. This one's called Pleasant Pheasant.
I'll tell you, like when Billy's doing his fills and I'm trying to hold on to that line, it is a challenge. Adventures and Changes.
Thank you. That's a piece I wrote recently for this tour. Actually, it's called Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance. Thank you. That's a piece I wrote recently for this tour. Actually, it's called Clairvoyance.
No, they
Clairvoyance.
butted it up.
We're going to play a couple more for you in celebration of this period, this really nice time for me and the music. This one's called Torian Matador, and it's followed by Red Baron. And we want to thank you very much again. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to stop there. There's 3 more songs. I'll do those tomorrow because I think I started the first one of these with actually the song this is going into, Red Baron, but we can listen to that again. Then I don't know what the next tune after that is, but it's a little over 10 minutes long. And then there's the last song of the set, which I'm going to dedicate to my dear friend Rick Converse, and he'll understand. So that's it for today. I've really been enjoying re-listening to these. I haven't heard these. I've been kind of rediscovered it in my files. I'd forgotten about it. I hadn't listened to it in years. So it was so much fun playing with those guys. I mean, Jesus, Billy is like just such an unbelievable musician. His drumming is like one of these things. You just mention his name to any drummer in the world, and there's this air of reverence that takes place. That's pretty amazing. So that's that. I'm going to upload this and get ready. We have a band Zoom. We've got some discussions about the documentary film and some other stuff coming up that we're going to take care of. And then I'm running over to see Lisa Loeb after this. I have a little thing I'm going to be doing with her today. And that's that. And hopefully I'll be with Judith this weekend. I'll find out today. We'll talk. And again, you know, I mean, if you don't like hearing it, this is the time to shut down. But the horrors that are taking place halfway around the world from where I sit right now is just incomprehensible. The lies that are being perpetrated upon the Russian people by this monster, this creature from the depths of hell who's running that country right now, lying about how the Nazis have taken over Ukraine and he's on a peacekeeping mission to save the people and get rid of the Nazi government and all this. And just as Putin and Pukin kind of go together because he's puking these lies all the time. And just watching the news last night, and an elderly woman who's been buried down in her basement during this whole thing went out to try to wash a blanket. And as soon as she stepped out, a bomb went off, blew her leg off, filled her back with shrapnel, and she's just sitting there in the hospital going, you know, I had a business, I had a home, I have nothing anymore. I've lost my home. I'm unemployable. I'm disabled now. And she says, and for what? And there's no answer for what, because this entire thing is based on grotesque lies of an egomaniacal piece of shit. So I just see all these children and women, and they're blowing up, you know, hospitals and stuff. This is not warfare. This is genocide being perpetrated. I just am so devastated and heartbroken by the images that are coming out of there. And the lies being perpetrated to justify this madness. And on top of that, you know, COVID's still going on. It's coming back up in some areas because there's some new variants that are starting to rear their ugly heads. So don't get complacent about this. Really, the only answer to being safe is to get vaccinated, get boosted. Then you have a very, very, very good chance of coming through this unscathed, you know, maybe like the inconvenience of like a minor cold or something. I know that was my case, that when I got it, I had my, you know, I had both my shots and my booster, and I'm looking forward to another booster when it's available. But when I got COVID, I knew people around me that ended up in the hospital, and I ended up with a cough for 2 days, and then I was fine, nothing. So just think about all this. It's this crazy world. I just want to stay focused on music. But it's hard to when you open your eyes and see what's going on around you. So I wish everybody all the very, very best. My heart's with everybody out there. I care deeply about humanity and the world I live in, and it gets really frustrating. So I'll be back tomorrow. We'll finish off Billy Cobham, and then I have another thing that I might do. I'm going to check and see, but this may be a one-off thing also. I didn't play on it, but it is so stunning that I think it's worth a listen. I'm going to check and make sure it's okay to do. So take good care, and happy day after St. Patrick's Day to anybody who was out celebrating it, or they may not even be seeing this until later in the day if they were out celebrating. Who knows? But all my best wishes. So take good care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.